order to get to where you want to get to in life, you have to go through obstacles and tribulations and also experience things for the better. But there was one day that took a huge toll on me, but also made me realize a lot. Towards the end of July, after I sold out of my last few UMP shirts, I was anxious to do a lot of things, and one of them things was finding a manufacturer. Even though I was only into the game for about a month, and I didn't really need a manufacturer, I still felt as if I needed one to stay ahead, and also when the time was right, I would already have one. With my eagerness and with no guidance, I took it upon myself to test out the waters by communicating with multiple manufacturers. Two of the biggest things that I knew that I was going to have to work on when I started my brand was communication and my trust. It was morning time, and I was up working on my brand before I went into work in a couple of hours. I was on Facebook looking into all the Facebook groups that I was in. I told myself that today was going to be the day that I was going to find a reliable manufacturer and achieve one of my goals off my bucket list. I made a post in one of my vendors groups saying looking for vendors, and about 45 minutes in, a female commented on it saying that she was one. I had to do my research before contacting her because it went previously back to what I said before. I had trust issues, and it was just the right thing to do. I scrolled up and down on her Facebook page, and it looked like she had Facebook for a long time, and plus she had posted that was recent as well. One thing that made me skeptical to myself was her profile pic. It was old, so I contacted her and she responded quick. I told her off the rip my intentions, and she responded with some good answers. I asked her how many quantities could I start off with, and she told me a certain number that I don't quite remember, but it was a high number, and to me it sounded professional. So I asked her could I start off with a sample. Just the fact that I just didn't want to go big on the first order, and I just wanted to kind of test out the waters, which brings back the trust. She told me it wasn't no problem to start off with a sample, and she told me how much it was, and to me it sounded good. I was anxious and happy at the same time because I was thinking to myself that I'm actually about to have a partnership with a reliable vendor. So I asked her, where do I send the money? And then she told me cash out. I showed her a picture screenshot of when I sent it. She told me that when she get home that we would go from there, and she was gonna be back by 20 minutes. I said, bet. So I waited 20 minutes because I was too anxious. And I know when people say that they go be home at a certain time, that it's not really the right time. So I gave her 5 more minutes. After that, I went on the messenger and I seen that I couldn't respond to her, and I was wondering why. And then I thought to myself, like, wow, I just sat up here and got scammed. I was really speechless at that moment, and I was heartbroken as well. So I tried reporting her and tried to get my money back as well. But after I tried doing that, I didn't know what to do. But I told myself that I'm not gonna let this affect my journey. I'm about to keep going with this. So I went back to the post that I made in the vendors group,